Thank you for choosing to stay with us now. It aims to stimulate new writing by supporting 11 writers from across South Africa to write a contemporary play. Now, that's the Royal Court's new writing program, which is the brainchild of the British Council's Connect ZA and the Royal Court Theatre. The program, which concluded yesterday, included workshops in South Africa, and 6 of the playwrights travelled to the Royal Court Theatre in London for a week-long series of work-in-progress readings of their plays. To tell us more about the program, we're joined by International Associate at the Royal Court Theatre, Tom Porter, and one of the participants, Dominic Gumede. Guys, good morning, welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Tom, let's talk about just kind of this program and how groundbreaking it is to remove people that have an idea of something, introduce them into a new environment and kind of expanding their minds.
Well, I think it's been a brilliant opportunity for us to connect to new stories from South Africa, and Nabantu's got an excellent story of her own. But I'm working for the British Council Connect ZA programme. We're all about these connections and trying to create new contemporary stories that everyone can connect to. And I think the Royal Court has got such a history of doing this around the globe and finding new writing. It's been really satisfying over the past 15 to 16 months to work with these young people and to find these new stories.
Nabantu, so it's not Dominic Gumede.
No, that's a comrade of mine.
Okay, Nabantu, let's talk about your experience, because I mean, when you are part of this process and you get moved into a completely new environment, how does that challenge you as a writer and somebody that wants to use this process to better their lives and also eventually do this full time?
It's amazing to have an opportunity where people like this want to hear your voice. So it challenges you to not be afraid to just keep writing and to explore new ideas and avenues where they haven't been explored in theatre currently in South Africa. Yeah.
And Tom, I'm going to throw this question to you too, but I just want to talk to Tom very quickly about the stories, the identity around teaching young writers to reflect the stories that are important to them. And I know that they're taken into a new environment where their plays get given a voice and they get to meet people like you and sit down with people that have been in this industry for long. But how important is it for us to tell our own stories and reflect that in the way we tell our stories?
Well, I think that's been the important part of the process. Speaking to the playwrights, it's been a safe space. It's been a safe space to reflect and to think about playwriting, and to have 3 week-long workshops over 15 months is also an unusual process. And I think all the writers responded that to be able to spend that time with their craft is really important. And I think the way the Royal Court manages their programmes, it's very much about saying we have a methodology but you have the voice, and they are enabling that voice and they're listening to that voice rather than saying this is how you should do stuff. And I think that's what's exciting but very important about the work that you do internationally, is finding what's real and important and of the moment in each country that they work.
Your impression of yesterday's events?
It was an amazing thing to see. It was 11 scenes in a row, followed by a discussion, and very striking, very contemporary stories, and driven through with a historic understanding and how important. I think James from the Market Theatre talked about how important memory is to the work at the moment of young people, and that it's about understanding the history, but it's also about saying what are the contemporary challenges. And I think that's what's really important about the British Council Connect ZA programme, is saying we want to use the arts to help people from the UK and South Africa see each other in a contemporary fashion, and these stories will update their understanding of what's happening here. And cutting across those 11 stories, you'll get an idea of what's going on, what the challenges are for young people.
Coming back, what were some of the lessons that stood out for you? Maybe something you knew but was reinforced through this process?
The process of writing through the British Council.
Yeah, what was something that you knew but after being part of this process you went, wow, okay, I knew that, and it was reinforced and it makes me a better writer now?
Well, to be honest, I'm a baby to all of this. I'm actually the youngest of all 11 people. I don't have much of a background in theatre, so I learned an immense amount just by being with them. I learned what students learn, you know. But I also learned, just again, not to be afraid and just to hear your voice, and to just, one of our mentors, Elise Dodgson, she's always like, just vomit on the page, you know, and just don't overthink too much, just write, you know. So yeah.
But it's easier said than done, though. It takes collaborations like this to unearth new talent.
Yeah, absolutely, and the Royal Court practitioners, Elise and her team of Leo and Winsome, go around the world and they do this, and they understand how to connect to allowing writers to do what they do best and to get rid of the noise around it and to enable. We did 2 week-long residencies in Johannesburg where you took that time to come out of your daily life and really think about your craft and working with people that are there to hear your voice, because they understand that it's not about what they know, it's about bringing out of these young people these contemporary stories, and when they do come out, everyone is like, wow, this is really important for these voices to be heard.
We're going to leave it there. Tom Porter, thank you very much, who's the International Associate at the Royal Court Theatre. And of course, Nabantu, who's one of the participants who took part 11. And they wrote their strip stories and they spent a week in London at the Royal Court Theatre, understanding their craft and script. And they were part of the Royal Court of London New Writing Programme, which is just an amazing way to showcase SA talent. Let us know what you think. Morning Live at sabc.co.za. We take an ad break. You don't go anywhere.
What is wrong with African players? Why are they not winning?
Our officials, they don't look at the bigger picture of players being happy before they go to the pitch, because mind game is very important.
Seek ye first the goals. I am playing the tactical strategy on the field of play, and all other things shall be added unto you. Don't put money before.
African coaches, did they do well?
I think so far they are doing well.
I do not agree. Sometimes local is dangerous, because I'm telling you, he who cut the